What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Karis Anunnaki here with Anunnaki TV. Sorry I haven't posted anything in a while. Kind of been doing some soul searching and whatnot. As you guys know, if you are on this channel, I'm gonna assume that you're either going through, have been through, or interested in awakenings, being liberated, more or less having an experience in your life that led you to believe or is causing you to recognize that there's something more than what I'm saying at the surface level to this life, my purpose, so on and so forth. So, this channel in general is just going to be kind of like open discussions on things I'm learning about things I'm learning about esoterics, new age type, spiritual conversations. I want them to be open conversations because, me, myself, personally, I consider myself a neophyte to this whole spiritual awakening thing. I have been going through it now for over more than a year. But am just starting to feel comfortable enough to start putting myself out there, I guess. One thing I have learned, and I'm curious if anyone else is experiencing this in their awakening, is what I'm experiencing the most is I'm downloading this information, just mind-blowing information and realizations. And me, I'm someone that like needs to run and tell someone what I'm thinking, mainly because I'm not good at writing like fast and stuff like that. I'm like a perfectionist, so I write super slow and all beautiful, and let me tell it. Anyways, I'm very hard on myself, we'll just say that. Anyways, and the number one thing I get when I start talking to people about we'll just say deeper than surface level topics, the first thing they do is they stop me and say, look, I'm not either one in the mood, too early, or I just don't want to hear it today about these crazy deep thoughts you have, and they can't follow along with you. They don't know what you're talking about, so it's just annoying to them. And so it hurts my feelings, because to me it's like I'm trying to share this information because I want everyone to wake up, you know, kind of like someone that gets sober or someone that finds church for the first time. Like, they just want to yell it from the top of the, top of mountains, because they finally found something that's working for them, or they found something that they feel may benefit other people. And so I've had to work really hard at not taking that personal when people tell me, hey, look, I'm happy for whatever it is that's going on with you. I can tell that something very positive is going on with you, but like, I can't hang with all the topics you're talking about right now. It's really off-putting, and it's not always what you want to hear when you're in that kind of mood. So anyways, it's just all the signs kept pointing to me needing to make a channel to have people to talk to, and for people to just let me know that they're experiencing these things, what they're experiencing. And so what I'm getting at is, I'd like to start this channel, because not too many people have done this, is I'm gonna have YouTube ride along with me on my awakening process. So you guys are gonna, obviously you're catching me here in the somewhat beginning of my awakening, and we're gonna just document my growth from today forward. I haven't worked out how many videos I'm gonna do. I do have another channel that I'm starting on top of this one, which is involves my second favorite hobby, which is bass fishing. Random, right? So I do have a bass channel, and I've always wanted a fishing channel ever since I was a kid. So YouTube is really a sanctuary for me, man. It's I know that YouTube is where I belong. Don't necessarily feel like in front of a camera is where I belong, but I'll have to get over that. Okay, so forgive me for being all over the place. It's been a while. One question someone asked me in the comments, and I get this everywhere I go: are you Middle Eastern? No, I'm not. But totally understand where you're coming from. Get it every day. People ask me if I'm Armenian a lot. I've even had someone ask me if I was Pacific Islander. So as you guys can see, I'm not the heaviest guy in the world. So random, but hey. Anyways, I have so much planned for this channel. Some of it's going to have to do with awakening. Some of it's going to have to do with my background, my past. I have a lot of stories from my past because I don't know if you can tell by the way I look, but I've lived quite a life. I have been in some pretty negative situations, negative places. I did grow up in the institution. It's plural. That means prison, jails, drug programs, behavior modification programs, anything you can think of that has to do with troubled youth, authoritative problems, if you will, things like that. I had a really rough adulthood from like 18 to like 30. I know what you guys are thinking. What? You're already 30? Or maybe you guys are thinking I thought he was 40. But I do get a lot like people thinking that I'm in my 20s, early 20s, even a teenager sometimes. Flattering, I'm grateful for it, but I'm actually 34 years old. I am not Middle Eastern, so my mom is Irish, Scotch, Dutch, Irish, and some other European. My father is African American. So when these two get together, sorry, my mom's a Native American as well, so I'm Native, lots of different Europeans, and African. So I hope that answers your guys' question. I do not have curly hair. My hair is straight as if I was a native or just, you know, not Afro-American. But my father is indeed black, not like mixed or, you know, my dad's black. My dad is black, and I say black in the term of the way Americans say it. Like, he is an Afro-American, so I am confused. I'm just an American, man. I'm just an American. I live in California. I'm from the Bay Area. I'm not going to go much further to that. The reason I did let you know that I'm from the Bay Area is because what you may or may not witness me doing in between the conversations. I do medicate. If you guys have watched any of my previous videos, I do dabble in growing anything that's that I can use for shamanic purposes. So that means any type of hallucinogenics or herbs. I will grow them for my shaman practices, which I am learning. That's new to me. Obviously, I didn't just go get out of prison, or I wasn't sitting in prison thinking I want to be a shaman. I had no idea what a shaman was when I was in prison, so without going too deep into that, I actually did start my spiritual awakening in prison, so that was rough. being around the group of people I was when my heart started opening up and I started loving and caring about other souls. I was basically in like a soul prison. Like everyone in there just thrived on negativity, and it just wasn't a place to just like tell someone, I think you need a hug, but I can see your energy, and right now you have a lot of blockages, and just come here, man. Let me do some Reiki over a couple of your chakra centers. Like what? They're gonna try to stab me. Anyways, so that's where the spiritual awakening started. This video, I will try for it not to be too long and drawn out, but I'm gonna try to have a little bit more order. If you guys down in the comment section can kind of let me know what it is you want to know about me, if you guys have any questions, if there's any topics you guys would like to discuss. Once I get this is wishful thinking, of course, but if and when I do get a considerable amount of subscribers, we can start doing live chats where we actually have live discussions and debates on certain topics, because I just I can talk on and on about ancient history, anything about physics, quantum physics, sacred geometry. I'd be doing a lot more listening than talking when it comes to that, just because I'm a neophyte when it comes to all the sacred geometry and whatnot. Funny little side note, or interesting, when I was starting my awakening, there was times when I'd wake up in the middle of the night and it would be like 2:22, 1:11 or something. It'd always be a secret, like a synchronicity, but this time it was 3:33 when I woke up. And something in me just kept telling me to build this, like, in my head it was like the Star of David out of toothpicks. And so I built it, and when I got done, I counted the little edges or whatever, and then I kind of looked it up, and it said it was a dodecahedron or a Merkabah. And I still didn't know what that meant. And then when I started looking a little deeper into it, I learned that the Merkabah was something our soul uses to travel in the astral plane. I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys are familiar with that, if you've heard that before, as far as the dodecahedron or the Merkabah being the geometric shape that we use to travel in our astral body, or just the vehicle we use to travel when we leave our bodies. So yeah, let me know if there's any validity to that. I learned that online. Everything I have learned revolving around the awakening process and all that, I've learned either through meditating, sun gazing, yoga, or YouTube. So that's where we're at. Last time I did a little conversation with you guys, I think I was almost bald. And the reason you guys see hair right now is one thing I have learned in this awakening process is that your hair is an antenna. That's why the Native Americans would not cut their hair, because they knew that their hair was the antenna to creation, Mother Nature, what I choose to call my higher power, which is creation, nature. All of God's creations are God to me, the Most High. We're all co-creators, so we all come from that one Godhead, or however you want to describe it. Anyways, so yeah, I'll keep it light, and I hope you guys leave me some questions that I can elaborate on. I plan to tell you guys my story a little bit. I plan to tell you guys how the spark was lit, I guess, as far as my awakening process. I'll talk about things that are current. We can talk about the corona and everyone's theory on that. We can talk about all kinds of things, but I'm really going to try to base them on what you guys want to hear. So it's important that you guys engage in my comment section and let me know what questions you guys have. And so what I'll do is I'll work on getting my about me together, and that's where we'll start. I'll just give you guys a little rundown about me, and then we'll go from that to hopefully that will give you guys a kind of an idea of where I come from and how I might view things, especially in the beginning part of my awakening process and whatnot. And you guys will just kind of understand why I am the way I am. And my real name is Karris. That Karris that's in front of the Anunnaki is my real name. So my name is Karris. It's pronounced like, you know, like the city of Paris, but with a K. I hope that helps you guys with my pronunciation of the name. And there was one thing I wanted to throw in there, but I think I've kind of slipped my mind. I wonder why. Yeah, so the sooner I hear back from someone, I guess the sooner I'll get back on here and give you guys my next spiel. For everyone that encouraged me to, you know, keep going on the channel, and especially when in the beginning I was posting my little mushroom beginner kit that I did end up getting like a little bit from, but it was nothing like I planned. Anyways, if you guys want to see that again, that process again, I can always try that again at some point. If you guys were really interested in that, it was fun. I did chew some up and they worked and all that, so that was cool. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I don't want to just keep rambling on. Thanks for checking me out. If you guys know anyone that you think might vibe with me, might feel where I'm coming from, or if you know anyone that might be experiencing a spiritual awakening, or what they feel might, or they might not even know what it is, but have them check me out. If they have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section or email me. It's all good. I'm pretty outgoing, so I'm gonna try to answer anyone that reaches out. Again, thanks for everyone that encouraged me to even start doing this. So far, everyone in the comment section has been really nice, and I've been really grateful for the subscribers that have subbed. So thanks. You guys have a good day, man. Peace and love.